Section 2.5, Solving Equations Involving Percent. Percent problems usually involve three numbers: the percent, the base, and the amount. 20% of 40 is 8. 20%, that's the percent number, of 40, that's the base number, and the amount, which is 8 in this case. So 20% of 40 is 8. One way to write this is to take our 20% over 100 equals our is number over our of number, the amount over the base. So, I'll be working the problems using this setup. The percent over 100 equals the is number over the of number. So, let's do our first problem. 75% of what number is 60? So 75 over 100 of what number? The what number, the of number, is the number we don't know. So we'll put an x in the denominator. 60 is our is number. 60 is 75% of what number? So now we cross multiply. So 75x equals 6,000. Divide by 75. And we get x equals 80. X is 80. What number is 6% of 525? So 6 is our percent. It always goes over 100. Of 525. That's the of number. It goes in the denominator. The only number that's missing is the is number. Let's cross multiply. So we have 6 times 525 equals 10x. Let's divide by 10. So we have 6 times 525 divided by 10. Gives us 315. Our number is 315. Let's solve the next problem. What percent of 48 is 6? What percent? That's what we're missing. That's what we don't know. So x over 100 of 48 is 6. Let's solve for x. Cross multiply. 48x equals 600. Divide both sides by 48. And we get 600 divided by 48, 12.5. So x is 12.5, and it's a percent. So we'll say 12.5%. 12 is 2.5% of what number? So 2.5%. 12 is 2.5 of what number? We don't know what the of number is, but the is number is 12. So we'll cross multiply. 2.5 x equals 1,200. Let's divide both sides by 2.5. And we get 1,200 divided by 2.5. 480. So 12 is 2.5% of 480. That makes sense. That seems like the right size number or answer. Amanda and Jeff put $25,380 down on their first home. If their down payment represented 20% of the purchase price, what was the purchase price of the house? Sometimes I like to put the numbers in a sentence, putting all the information in one sentence. So my sentence would be 25,380 is 20% of what number? Sometimes if I do that, it helps me set up the problem. So my 25,380 is my is number. The of number, I don't know what that is, but I know that that 25,000 is 20%. So that gives me my equation. And if I cross multiply, I get 20x equals 2538000 if I multiply by 100. So that is 2,538,000. We're going to divide by 20 though. We don't want to spend that much on the house. And if we divide by 20, we get 2,538,000 divided by 20. Well, we're spending a lot on that house anyway. Our house is $126,900. That's not too much for a house. In September of 2009, one source published that 1.8 million people of the 18.75 million people in the workforce were unemployed. What percent of the workforce was said to be unemployed? So, we don't know the percent. That's what we're looking for. We need the is number and the of number. The of number always follows of. So it's going to be 18.75. It's in millions of dollars, but so is the is number. The is number is also in millions of dollars, so we don't really need the millions. Because they're both in the same measurement, we can just leave it as 1.8 and 18.75. So now we want to cross multiply. So we have 1.8 times 100. That'll give us 180 equals 18.75x. We'll divide both sides by 18.75. So we'll have 180 divided by 18.75. 9.6. 9.6% of the workforce was unemployed in 2009. Mitch has money invested in the stock. The value of the stock dropped from $53 a share to $38 a share over the last month. By what percent did Mitch's investment decrease, rounded to the nearest tenth of a percent? So it dropped from 53 to 38. So, writing this as a sentence, 38 is what percent of 53? Let's start with this, and then we'll talk about answering the question later. So 38 is what percent of 53? So we need to know the percent. And we have 38, we have 53, we cross multiply, 53x equals 3800, we divide by 53, and we get x equals 3800 divided by 53 to the nearest tenth of a percent is 71.7%. But that's not really what the question is. The question is, by what percent did the investment decrease? Well, it started off as 53 and then it went down to 38. So what percent? That's 71.7% of the original value. So by what percent did it decrease? It decreased by 28.3%. We lost 28.3% because we our new value is 71.7% of the original. So notice that those two numbers, 28.3 and 71.7, add up to 100%. So we've lost 28.3% of its value. Sam put 7% of his paycheck away in a retirement plan. Sam is paid monthly, with all paychecks being equal. If Sam has put away $2,940 by the end of the year, how much did he make a month? So we want to know how much he made a month. He put away $2,940 in a year. He's paid monthly. So first, let's calculate how much money he put away each month. Looks like $245. He put $245 in his retirement plan every month. And that number is 7% of his paycheck. We want to know what his paycheck is. So 7 over 100 equals 245 over his paycheck. Let's cross multiply. 7x equals 245, 0, 0. So 24,500. Let's divide by 7. And we get x equals 24,500 divided by 7. $3,500. That's how much he's making a month. A radiator contains 6 liters of a 50% solution. How much 100% antifreeze must be added to the radiator to make a 70% antifreeze solution? This problem is a little different. This is a mixture problem. We're not just going to have our is and our of. We have a different situation. It contains 6 liters of a 50% antifreeze solution. So if it's 50% antifreeze, that means half. So of those 6 liters, how many are pure antifreeze? Half of them, 3 liters. So we're starting off with 3 liters of pure antifreeze. We're going to add X liters, that's what we don't know. We're going to add X liters of pure antifreeze to that. And we're going to end up with a solution that is 70% antifreeze. Well, how much pure antifreeze is that then? So we have 70% of, how much liquid is in there? Well, we have our original 6 liters plus we have our X liters of pure antifreeze that we added. So 3 plus X equals 0.70 times 6 plus X. Let's get rid of the parentheses. 3 plus X equals 4.2 plus 0.7X. We need to get our X's together on one side. So let's subtract 0.7X from both sides. Let's subtract 3 from both sides. That will give us 0.3X equals 1.2. And we divide by 0.3, and we get X equals 4 liters. So we're going to add 4 liters of pure antifreeze. That will give us 10 liters of liquid altogether, and of that, 7 of those liters will be pure antifreeze. So the mixture will be 70% antifreeze. Danny can buy $1,150 worth of cabinets for his new kitchen from a local store with free delivery, but he will have to pay 6.5% sales tax. He can buy the same cabinets for the same price in a neighboring community where the sales tax is only 5%, but he will have to pay a delivery charge. If the delivery charge is $20, will he pay less buying locally or out of town? So we have two possibilities here. He might buy local. He might buy out of town. So if he buys locally, he's going to buy $1,150 worth of cabinets. He will have to pay sales tax on that. So the sales tax is 6.5%. So we're going to multiply times 0.065, 1150 times 0.065. We're going to have to pay $74.75 tax. So if we add that to the 1,150, we'll get $1,224.75. Some of you may know a trick about calculating sales tax such as this. What we did is we took 6.5% of 1,150, and then we added that to the original price. What happens if you take 1,150 and multiply it not by 6.5%, but by 1.065? If you multiply it by 1.065, the 1 will get you the original 1,150, and then the 0.065 says add in that sales tax. It will get you that $1,224.75 in one calculation. I kind of like it because I'm less likely to make a mistake if I only have one calculation. So, if you want to do it that way, that's great. What about out of town, though? He's still going to buy his $1,150 worth of cabinets. The sales tax is cheaper. It's 5%. Using our trick down here, what do we multiply? 1.05. The 1 will give us our original number again, and we will add 5% to it. So 1,150 times 1.05 gives us our total buying price of $1,207.50. Now we need to add in that delivery charge. We have to pay $20 for the delivery charge. So that gives us $1,227.50. So, which one is cheaper? Looks like we're going to buy locally. We'll save ourselves $2.75 if we buy it locally. That's all for this section.